Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Peter here once again, and I'm still in Thailand having a great time. So I've come over to Jomtien Beach, which is South Pattaya, and it's a beautiful part of Pattaya actually. They've got a really nice beach, and the reason I came over here today was to make my own video about my diet, which I've now done. And I bumped into a great guy. This is Jeff Peterson, and I met him last night out in sois. We had a lot to drink, didn't we, Jeff? It was a good night.
A little bit.
Yeah. So Jeff's quite a cool guy. He's obviously quite a bit younger than me, but that's the great thing about Thailand. You know, you meet all sorts of people. But what did I find out? Jeff's actually got you've actually got a YouTube channel, haven't you? It's just started to grow. It's just started to grow. Why don't you tell us what the name?
Well.
Doing well, yeah. What's the name of the channel actually?
So the name is my name, Jeffrey Peterson. Jeffrey spelled with a G and one F. So Geofrey Peterson.
Okay. So your YouTube channel, you live here. Are you still? I know you used to be a school teacher. Are you still a school teacher?
No, not right now. No. YouTube full time.
Okay. And are you enjoying it?
Loving it.
Right.
Showing the city, showing what's going on in Thailand today, keeping everybody up to date, and then also some like massage videos, different quirky stuff. I'm doing one this week where I'm doing a massage. It's called fire dragon therapy. Okay. So I'm going to be having a blanket put over me and being lit on fire.
Sounds like one for the sadists out there. But no, you'll definitely get people come across if you're showing videos like that, and especially the massage video. So why did you actually choose Jomtien to live rather than Central Pattaya?
Oh, well, I think when you first come to Pattaya, you go to Beach Road and Pattaya and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And as you get to know people, they tell you about this little city called Jomtien, or this little neighborhood called Jomtien. And when we came over here, it's just much cleaner.
Absolutely.
Just a very nice beach. Everybody, it's actually a community over here. So at about 4 or 5 o'clock, everybody will come out and walk up and down the beach as exercise or to socialize, whatever you want to do. And you tend to see a pretty similar crowd. So you get to know everybody. It feels really at home, and you just grow to kind of love that community.
Yeah, I've got to ask you about the hat there. Is that a theme? Is that your trademark to your channel?
I think it's kind of turning into a somewhat of a trademark, somewhat of a calling card.
Okay.
Very easy to recognize me around town with the nice fedora on.
And when we were walking last night, it was very dark, and we went as a group. There was Trevor, there was you, there was me, there was a bunch of subscribers. We had a great night. We went bar hopping. There was about, I guess, 10 of us. Some were subscribed to Trevor's channel, Buzz in Pattaya. Some were subscribed to me. One or two of yours, I guess. And we all met up. Well, we didn't meet up. People tagged along, and it became a kind of bit of a party. We went around, and at times I lost the group, but it was very easy to find them because of this hat. Well, what else can you tell us about this area?
Okay, so you have the main beach road. Okay, so guys, again, Jomtien. You can look it up, very easy to find. But we have the main beach road, and then there's all these little side sois. And down the side sois, you're going to find little cafes, restaurants, massage shops, and little bars. And there's all these little hole-in-the-wall bars, and you can just pick any one of these sois, and you can probably spend the night. You spend your evening on any one of these sois.
Sure. Just it's obvious to anybody who's been to Thailand before, but if you've never been to Thailand, the word soy, and it's spelled S-O-I.
Yes.
It's a road that leads off a main road. It's a street or an alley, whatever you want to call it. But that's the meaning of it.
Just means street, right? Street or road.
Yeah. If you look it up on Wikipedia, on Google rather, or Wikipedia, it's got a very definite definition. But it's basically a street off a main street. But I'll tell you what, Jeff, I'm actually quite shocked, because the last time I was in Jomtien, not Pattaya, but the last time I was in Jomtien was over 20 years ago. And when we were talking earlier, I did say to you that you'd come in from the top end there. There were a few restaurants, there were a few bars, and then it was just a long beach strip you could ride your bike along. But now, you know, like you just said, you've got all these streets that lead off, all these hole-in-the-wall bars, all these restaurants. It's a great place to visit. Right. And I think the best thing, what I like about this area is you don't get the idiots. You know, the 2-week millionaires who come out and drink and go crazy. I'm not saying everybody does that, but you don't see that over here. It's like you said, it's a community, people are nicer, and it's just a great place to be, and I should be spending some more time out here.
Right. Well, like I said, I think you find out about it kind of your second or third trip, or even fourth trip maybe. So everybody who's coming the first time, or the 2-week millionaires as we call them, they probably find out about Pattaya and want to stay as close to Beach Road, or everybody knows Tree Town now, so they probably want to stay in that area for the rookies, the newer people. And then when you want something a little bit more relaxed, something where you're away from the craziness, but only a 5-minute, 10-minute motorbike ride away, you go there when you want your crazy, and then you come back to Jomtien when you want a little bit of peace.
Yeah, and what actually happens, I know this from experience with friends, even myself, up to a point where you come to Thailand for the first time, you spend some days in Bangkok, you head down to Pattaya, and you're in a party town, and guys, they love it. You know, they go out every night, they're talking to girls, they're drinking, and then they'll come back and do that again. And you'll get guys who'll come out for longer periods. But what happens, as unbelievable as it sounds, it does become boring, and it does start to get on your nerves a little bit. It gets to the point where you don't want to leave Pattaya, but you just don't want to be living in that atmosphere all the time. And then what tends to happen is people will migrate out to different areas, and this is a great area to migrate out to. And why don't you tell everybody about, I haven't seen your apartment, but I drove up to pick Jeff up. I've rented a motorcycle, small motorcycle, and I could see Jeff at the other end of the sois, so I went up and picked him up. But you were telling me you've got an apartment here. Is it an apartment or just a room?
It's just a small condo.
Okay.
Studio.
Do you know
similar to like a hotel room. I've got a couch, got a bed.
So it's basically a room with an ensuite kind of toilet shower room, I guess. Yeah. Sure. Does it have a balcony?
Small balcony. The building has a pool, very small, stripped down gym, but the location is everything. I'm 100 meters from the beach. You step outside my doorstep, like where you picked me up, there's a Thai food restaurant right there. So I mean, I can go down there for breakfast.
And you've got 7-Elevens everywhere.
7-Elevens everywhere. You know, everything's just within a 3-minute walk for me.
Right, shop reviewers now. How much do you pay for that a month? I know, you told me.
5,000 baht.
And to put that in perspective, guys, 5,000 baht is approximately, in pounds, it's about 120, 140 pounds. In dollars, I would say
160.
So Jeff lives in paradise on $160. Well, he doesn't live on 160, but he pays 160 US dollars a month to live in a real nice condo. And what about your air conditioners? Because that's one of the biggest costs out here, isn't it?
I want to tell you though, real quick, while I was waiting for him this morning, I woke up, was starting my day off, went to my little restaurant next door to grab breakfast. But before that, I woke up, looked out the balcony, thought to myself, had a moment of gratitude. And just thought, I'm 100 meters from the beach. I'm paying 160 bucks a month, going down to get breakfast with sweet Thai people who are cracking jokes at the restaurant.
Yeah.
I'm gonna meet up with you later to make a YouTube video. Yeah. I'm just like, am I in heaven? Yeah. You know, so life is good over here, guys.
I mean, you know, the Thais are such nice people. To give you an idea, we've set this up, and this is actually a real nice kind of outdoor cafe restaurant. There's a swimming pool behind us. You can just about see the blue there. There's water, and they've got some real nice music. Now, we couldn't ask them to turn the music down because it's copyrighted music, and as I'm always saying, it can be as low as it can be, but if YouTube pick up
YouTube has very good ears.
Good ears. Now, we went and asked the staff, we said, would you mind turning off the music completely so we could do this? No problem whatsoever. They turned it off. Now, if you were in the UK, for instance, and you went into a cafe and said, can you turn your music off, we're going to do it, they tell you to get stuffed. What about where you come from?
I don't think they'd go for it.
No, they wouldn't.
They'd probably say, go somewhere else, fellas.
Yeah, exactly. Right, back to the condo. So let's get into a little bit of, let's say guys who are thinking of coming to live out here and are thinking, how much do I need? We're not going to do a big long video about budgets,
sure,
but we'll just give them an idea on prices for living. So you've said you pay $160 for the condo, which is a decent sized room, pool, the rest of it. Okay, so one of the biggest expenses out here is the electricity, because you can't sleep without air conditioning. What I used to do when I lived here, I'd have the windows open in the daytime, I'd have fans going, and then at night time I'd have an air conditioning in the lounge, because I had an apartment with a lounge, and then when I went to bed I had an air conditioner. You could turn that right down. but you had to have it on all night. So I'm guessing you do similar. You
Pretty much, yeah.
Sleep with the aircon, have it off
Yeah.
in the day. Okay. So what sort of price are you paying for your electricity a month?
So it's going to come with, I pay for electric and water, and between both of those, it's going to be less than 2,000 baht.
Which is about $60 US, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Yeah. So
It usually comes to about 50, probably.
right. So basically, what you're saying, you've got a condo, your electric, your water, $250 US. You are done and dusted. Right. What do you think you spend a month on food? Because I'm guessing you're eating in these small outdoor, not
So
too
food,
expensive.
I'm pretty good. I think I spend around 500 baht a day.
So 15,000 baht a month. That's I can't work that out in dollars now. It's about
400. Is that 500?
Well, let's just say 500. Just 500. So we're up to 750 now. What do you think your alcohol and entertainment budget is a month?
So I'm currently not drinking. I'm trying to keep it healthy.
Apart
So
from last
I
night,
did.
of course.
So I was doing sodas last night.
Oh yeah, you
Yeah,
were. That's right.
yeah.
You were on sodas. Yeah.
But
Okay.
what in the past I drank plenty. So that probably damn near doubles my budget, to be honest, when I am drinking.
So with everything, just a rough guide, what would you say your monthly expenditure is to live here? So we're talking
I think it's around 1,200.
$1,200 US.
Yeah,
So about
and I'm pretty budget, guys.
Frugal,
So
yeah.
if you wanted to kind of do more luxury, you could probably do luxury for around 2,000,
Yeah.
which for a lot of guys is not a lot of money.
Yeah, and if you wanted to live like real cheap, I'm speaking eating noodles on the street in a Thai style room, you could probably do it on $1,000, $900 a month. But I'm going to say something really important here, because Jeff's living on quite a comfortable life for $1,200 US a month. That's his apartment, his electric, his water, his food. But what a lot of people forget is when they make these style of videos, they'll do a budget video on how much you can live on, but what they forget is the price of the visas, the medicine. You know, especially for older guys, you're going to want some kind of a health insurance. You know, that can cost anywhere between $100 and $500 a month. You have to research that. And your visas, you're either going to be on a retirement visa, you're going to be on a work permit maybe. So you need to look into that, because they need to be renewed. They cost money. They're not cheap. You're looking at for a retirement visa. I'm not going to quote a price here, because I'm not up on the current prices, because I don't live here right now. But when I come out here, I will get a work permit. The only reason I'll get the work permit is because I'm making YouTube videos, and I don't want to be, that's classed as work. I don't want to be making YouTube videos on a retirement visa. So just keep that in mind, guys. If you're planning to come out to Thailand and you've worked out your budget, just do your research on visas, do your research on medical, your costs, insurance. And what also I would advise you to do, so Jeff said 1,200, let's work in another couple of $100, $300 for that, so you're now up to $1,500. I would say on top of that, budget another, at least a minimum of $100 a month that goes in a pot for any kind of emergency. So
Sure.
6 months down the line, if Jeff gets, heaven forbid, but if you got a phone call saying one of your family members had passed away and you had no money, then it's not a good place to be.
Yeah.
So if you put $100 a month away and you had an emergency, then you could buy that air ticket back to the States.
Sure.
And then you could get back out here.
And there's always stuff, like if you do the list that Peter just gave you with the visa, the health, the rent, etc., there's always some fees that go along with that stuff.
Yeah, there is.
So you need to keep an extra 20% on top or something like that for unexpected.
Yeah, I've seen too many guys come out here and they've worked out their budget and it's nowhere near what they need. They end up in a room with a fan. They don't go out. They sit on the steps of 7-Eleven with a Leo beer, and that's no way to. That's existing. That's not living.
Yeah.
Something else that's very important. I don't know if you probably know, Jeff, but a lot of the viewers won't. The cost of the electricity per unit varies. There's a government rate. I think at the moment it's currently about 4 baht a unit. I might be wrong on that, but I think
3.5.
Okay, I was close. Right, so the government price on electricity is 3.5 per unit. But when you rent private condominiums, it's up to the landlord. He can charge you base. I think there is a cap on it. I'm not sure what it is, but he can charge you what he wants. And I've known people who take condos without researching this, and they're paying 9 baht a unit for electricity.
And that adds an extra 30% to your rent. So if you're paying if you think you're getting a room for 9,000 baht, which could be a pretty comfortable room, and then your electric bill is going to be 9,000 baht, you're getting pretty pricey there.
Yeah, yeah.
To where if it was 3.5, which is the government rate, it's going to be around less than 2,000 baht. So you're looking at 11,000 baht versus 18,000. Huge difference.
Yeah, absolutely.
When you're over here.
Absolutely. It's not it's not so bad if you're just going to you're going to stay here for a month, 2 months, but then you wouldn't take a condo, because like in the West you have to give a couple of months deposit, you have to give 1 month up front. But what I would say is, if the landlord says to you, look, I charge 5-6 baht a unit, and you've got the paperwork, it'll all be in Thai, they won't give it in English, take it to a lawyer. There's plenty of lawyers about, they're not overly expensive, and just tell them, look, this is what I've been told, this is the paperwork, can you read through it and just confirm what the landlord has told me is in this contract.
So actually I just signed my lease. It was the paragraphs were in Thai, so maybe 3 sentences in Thai, and then they did have it in English below.
Ah, well that's a bonus then, because normally they don't. So that, just by you telling me that tells me that they're good landlords, that they've taken the trouble to put it in English, so you're absolutely clear what you're paying. So you kind of landed on your feet there.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very
okay.
nice.
And what about your? Let's talk a little bit about you now. What about your long-term plans? So I don't actually know, how long have you actually been in Thailand, Jeff?
So I've been here for just over 2 years. My original plan was to do YouTube,
right?
But my original plan was to travel to a new country every month.
Okay.
And vlog there. I also do music. I do some hip hop music. Maybe do a song there with the local musicians, pick up the local vibe, and maybe knock out a song. But my original plan was to hit a new country every month.
Right, right.
Then we all know what happened with the not being able to travel and all that good stuff. So I've been here for 2 years and making Thailand my base.
Hey, Thailand's not a bad place to be stuck in, is it?
Not at all, not at all. I was very happily stuck here.
So, in terms of today, when this awful pandemic eventually will end, or we'll learn to live with it, hopefully, what will be your future plans? Will you go and try and travel every month, or will you have you now fallen in love with Thailand? You've decided to stay here, or?
I've fallen in love with Thailand, so Thailand's going to be a base.
So a jump off base.
Be my base.
Springboard, yeah.
But yes, I would love to travel. Itching to go to Japan. I lived in Taiwan for a year in 2014 and 2015. Okay. Love to go back there because that's kind of an old stomping ground.
Right.
So those are 2 on the top of the list, and I would love to hit South America. Right, even right now, Colombia and Brazil are open, but I think even there's so much changing every day with travel stuff.
Yeah, sure.
I'm just gonna stay here until it's really open.
Yeah, good idea.
I don't want to get stuck anywhere.
No, and I think, to be honest with you, Jeff, if I was in your shoes where you're living, I'm looking around me now. When we end this, I'll pan the camera just to let everybody see where we are. When I said the goodbyes, I'll pick the camera up and I'll do a quick 90 degrees, and you can see where, not exactly where Jeff's living, but what he's got around him. And I think your plan is excellent. Use this as a springboard, and when it eventually does open up, you've said which countries you've been to, but are there any you've always wanted to go to and you will go to once this pandemic finishes?
So I haven't been to South America, so Colombia and Brazil are definitely at the top of that list.
Okay.
Just to get something different than Asia, just to get a different flavor, and food and women.
Okay.
I like Thai food. I like Thai women, but a little Latin flavor wouldn't be bad to mix in.
I hear you. Okay, well look, I'm going to wish you all the best of luck with it. You're a nice guy. It was great to bump into you, but as I said at the beginning of the video, this is what happens in Thailand. You meet people with a similar like for like. I didn't ask you your age. Do you mind if I ask your age?
Oh, I'm 40, guys.
Okay, so the reason I asked you that is because I'm 62 on my next birthday. Now, unless one of those motorbikes, unless you have, it's very difficult. I can only speak from my own experiences in the UK to meet people with such a wide age group. You just have your own age groups that you hang out in, and this is a great thing about Thailand. You can meet people from 30 upwards, you can be any age, and they just click. They've got the same mindset, and it's a great place to be. So I want to wish you all the best of luck with your YouTube channel. Before we end, just tell everybody the name of the channel again.
Jeffrey Peterson. And I can get you the link, yeah.
Okay, I can put that at the bottom of the bottom of the description.
And it's a fun channel, guys. I have a lot of fun with it. I'm laid back. I feel like you guys just come hang out with me, and I show you around, show you what's going on in Thailand and wherever I'm at. So come hang out.
Sounds good. Sounds good. All right, Jeff. What can I say? Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Peter.
Good luck with good luck with your YouTube channel. I'm sure you're going to do well. You're a nice guy. And as promised, before we go, guys, let me just pick up this camera. We've got things going on in the background there, but I'm going to let me turn it around so I can see what I'm. Okay, so this is. There's Jeff down there in his cool hat. Okay, so look, we're in a nice. We've just come here and had a coffee. Nice pool there. The cafeteria is over there. There are the apartments. Lots and lots of apartments. And what I'll do, I'll just walk to the front of the building so we can have a quick look outside. And there you have it, guys. A beautiful place to be. Right, thanks for watching my video again, and I'll catch up with you next time round.